So, we're set up for, we could have a finals that's just Prime Speaker versus Prime Speaker.
We could, yeah.
We could also have no Prime Speakers in the finals, but just the showing here at two Prime Speaker bant lists in the quarterfinals, I think, is an incredible showing for a deck that was fringe just a week ago.
Right, and it shows you that Standard, when it's healthy, can have a new best deck every week.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about Ravnica blocks, but Wizards just knocks it out of the park.
They do. I think Innistrad was fine too.
Innistrad was incredible too, but I'm just like, there wasn't a previous Innistrad block. But I just remember old Ravnica block was awesome in Standard. It was just like great decks every week.
Sorry to interrupt you. Who goes first here? Who is higher in the standings? That's important.
Yeah, looks like.
This isn't the numbers here. We have Adam is in third.
Mytinger is in seventh, and
okay,
Adam
so
is
Adam
three,
gets to go first, which is a huge deal
we
here.
can see right now. Yeah, he also had the play in that last in the quarterfinals as well against Jack Fogle, and that was a big deal too.
There's some decks that just need the play, and Adam is one of those decks that need the play.
Yeah, he's in good shape if he has it. It's a good start for him. So he's got a turn 1 Cavern of Souls on humans and a champion of the Parish.
Oh, he might have 2 more humans here, which is going to be a nightmare for John. No, he has.
Is he going to go Mayor here? Oh, no.
Oh, he does have 2 humans. Yeah. Counter. Okay, he's not going to forget here.
Yeah, he just tapped 2 for a champion, so hopefully something's
He has a Pilgrim.
Here.
I saw the Pilgrim, so that's coming down. And this is going to be a ton of damage here.
Yeah.
There's 3 damage on turn 2, and then there's going to be, if he has a third land for that Silverblade Paladin, this might be a close to a turn 3 kill here. It's going to put him at, basically these aggro decks can't kill you on turn 3, but they put it to the point where no card of Magic can save you.
Yeah. So he gets in for 3 there. John at 17 just to start his second turn.
John is
Good thing
not.
that breeding pool tapped.
John is definitely not happy about Adam's start here.
And you can't really expect anything else.
Right, and John plays 8 1-drops, so him not having one here, his deck is really dependent on. We talked about Arbor Elf as fringy kind of a Jund. John is, I believe he's playing 8 1-drops. I think he's probably playing the full load of elves, right? Yes, here he is. 4 Arbor Elf, 4 Abyss. Oh no, he's playing 7. Excuse me. So, not having one.
He should have had one. It's just the 8th one he would have had in his hand.
Yeah, exactly. John, come on, man, tighten up. All right, she's going to Farseek here and hope not to be dead. He's playing an aggro deck too, mid-range a little bit, but more leaning toward aggro. So he does not have a Wrath main deck. He does not have Supreme Verdict. Actually, doesn't have Supreme Verdict anywhere in the 75. So that means he is just stone dead to Adam if Adam has a third land in that Silverblade Paladin, because no spell on 4 can save him.
Yeah, Silverblade Paladin comes down, levels both champions, likely soul bonds with the big champion, who is going to be a 4/4. So that's just going to be 8 alone.
8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, he doesn't
12.
need a third land. He has the elf. He is taking.
You're right.
Even so, he does have third land in his hand, so he's going to take the elf too. So this game is going to be over.
Draws Pilgrim, so he could even level the champions.
Oh man, this is just, I can't even. I calculate this damage.
Let's see. Okay, so we're just gonna watch.
Yeah, Silverblade here. Oh no, it's
Frontline Medic. Okay.
Does he not have the Silverblade Paladin?
I thought he had Silverblade Paladin too, but maybe he's playing more conservatively. Okay, well Frontline Medic is still gonna increase the clock here. So now he's got 8 coming at him here.
Going to 9. So John can actually. If he has Silverblade Paladin, I want to see his hand, because if he does, he would have put John to no outs. So now John can play creatures to block and survive. I don't know if that's going to be a long winning strategy, but at least he's not dead here.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't have Paladin. I didn't see.
It could have been the frontline mat could have been the Paladin here. So Farseek is just absolutely not going to help John here. Because remember, even though these decks are ramp decks, they don't really ramp. They're not ramping to 8-drop to win the game. It's not. We're not tooth and nailing with Entwine here.
There's 11 power on Adam's side of the board right now, so John has to put something in the way or get rid of something. I don't know what.
I think it's a Celestian Charm.
He does have the Celestian Charm. I guess
so he's gonna hope to kill that. Well, then again, he's gonna have to. If he plays this Silverblade Paladin, he'll be able to kill him.
He does have a Paladin. I'm almost positive.
So what? Adam saw his deck list, so there's no reason to cast any spell. You just attack him. There's nothing in Magic that John can have unless you play the Silverblade Paladin. So you just attack with everything. And this is why deck lists are important, because he knows he has nothing.
Yeah, he's got to think about what does my opponent have on 2 mana at instant speed, and you think
he's
just Selesnya
he's
Charm.
gonna fall into this.
So, all right.
I don't think it's gonna matter. I think he's dead anyway. But
okay, so he's leveling the champions. Is he soul bonding? I mean,
I
imagine he's soul bonding. He's going with the big one?
Soul Bond's the big one.
No, he goes with those. Okay, that's
so
much smarter.
He knows that he has that. He's dead anyway, regardless of what he does. So he was playing around the Selesnya Charm being a 2/2 blocker here. But even if he played the 2/2 blocker, he could have blocked the 4, and he would have taken 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then died anyway.
You can Selesnya Charm, but
it doesn't matter.
Still out of life. So wow, Adam Lou's deck coming. I don't know. It's just what my deck does.
Yeah,
it's what it does.
I don't play. I don't
one
play
drops and pump spells.
Right, I don't play. I don't play this to hang around. We try to get these matches over quick.
That's right.
So
in 5.5 minutes, we're past due here. All right, we're going to game 2 now.
Have you seen? And right before we get to this trivia question, have you seen him play a 4-drop yet? Really, that has impacted the game. I saw Resto Angel later on, but like in these games that he's winning, it's really on the back of guy.
Right,
in that question, I bet if he had to do this again, he might actually drop those 4-drops and he's got the horseshoe for the blitz. You know what I'm saying?
So we have more trivia, more premium to give away. 6 months this time. In case you didn't know or you missed it the first time around, the way this works is we're going to ask you a question. You tweet the answer with the hashtag SCG Premium, which is right down there. I am no weatherman. There it is. Yeah, you got to like figure out where your hand's going and then
right there.
So you tweet the answer with the hashtag SCG Premium, and one randomly chosen correct answerer.
News and
will win 6 months of Star City Games Premium, and that'll happen again in the finals. Except instead of 6 months, it'll be 12 months.
Okay.
Which is just shy of a year. Actually, it's exactly a year. So, all right. So I've got questions to last us the rest of this top 8. What 2-mana green spell was a 4 of in more than half of the top 8 this morning? Pretty popular green spell.
I think I know the answer.
You think? Well, you are not eligible for the to answer, partly because you can't reach
What if
Twitter
I want?
right now.
What if I want some premium?
You're just gonna have to watch next week when you're in DC. And win some.
You're lucky I have premium for life. Otherwise,
is that what you get for getting for top 8 3 invitationals? That's the prize.
That's the consolation prize. You don't get a trophy.
Premium for life.
But you get premium for life, which is not bad. I didn't
That's
used to.
Not true.
I didn't. Yeah, no.
Let's not give people too much incentive.
I didn't used to read.
Premium for life. All I need to do is top 8 3 invitationals.
All we have to do. It's funny because I didn't used to read articles, but now, after getting more involved in the media aspect of Magic, and I want to be well versed, so I definitely open a few premiums here and there and take a look at what's going on. Of course, if Michael J. Flores is listening, him and I are good pals.
Oh yeah,
and we go way. We're buddies from the old 03 states. So I'll always take a gander what he has to say on Star City.
Yeah, we have Michael J. Flores, we have Patrick Chapin, we have Brian Kibler, we have recent Pro Tour winner Tom Martell.
We do.
We have Brad Nelson, we have Jerry Thompson. It is just
Tom Martell,
quite the stable of premium writers.
Tom Martell and I are brothers of the same cloth, if you will.
But you would not lend him your scarf?
I would not. No.
He had to get that from John Finkel.
No, I don't scarf it up, but I do Lingering Souls with him. We're soul sisters.
Soul sisters.
We're soul sisters.
I like it.
He told me in DC, or excuse me, at the Invitational, where he'll be commentating during the Invitational. He told me to carry the torch because he won't be able to play the Souls, and I'll be going for a victory in both Standard and Legacy with 4 of each there. All right, so looks like we got some sideboarding action. I had it up a second ago, and I was just blabbing on. So, but the sideboarding for this we talked about is pretty self-explanatory.
There it is. Again.
Adam again. He kept in those the Pilgrims against the control deck, and I don't agree with that. But in this matchup, he can do it, and it might prove to be effective.
It'll be better.
It'll be better. I don't think it'll be good, but I think it'll be better still here. The Pilgrim really is only effective against the decks that are Blitz and Mirror, Nigh Humans, Jund Blitz, Nye Blitz, Red Green. Those are the decks where you want it against. And these decks, you're not really going to. That 2/1 can never do anything against these bigger creatures. But he's going to bring in Zealous Conscripts, which is amazing in this matchup. You are taking something very large. You bring Garrick Relentless again because it deals with their Garricks. You get yours out first, and then you can play and protect it. You bring in Boros Charm, I think, because it gives you the reach you need to finish off the opponent. There's very little life gain besides Thragtusk. So you want to get to a situation where you can give yourself outs to draw and kill them. And then I'd say, what do you think about Bonds of Faith? I don't like it because I don't know what that's good against, because against these decks they have Resto Angel to blink it off. So it's not like you can really hold anything there. Oblivion Ring is in the same boat. How many times do you see an Oblivion Ring come down and then they just Resto Angel and save their guy?
Yeah, do you feel like some of these, though, it just needs to buy Adam enough time to attack once?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I know you're gonna have a Restoration Angel to blink it off. As long as you don't have 4 mana open right now, I can use Bonds of Faith to just keep that guy from blocking and then swing in for the win.
Maybe someone on Twitter can answer that. And also, I have another question for the tweeters out there.
Yeah.
Reckoner, that in the sideboard, why in the board when you want it against everything? I wonder. Like, what is Boros Reckoner? I mean, it's not great against control, but it's not bad against control. Like, for those who are more aficionados in the aggro realm, what decks do you not want Reckoner in? Why have 0 in the main and then all of them in the sideboard? We've seen that Adam's not the strange one here. He's definitely in the minority with Reckoner, but some people do have it in the board. I want to know what you think there.
Yeah, it is funny. Speaking of Boros Reckoner, I was thinking about this last night when I couldn't sleep. But I'm like,
we didn't sleep last night.
Why is it's crazy, because at the beginning of this format it was like Reckoner, everything, and that was, I think, when I was it was just like, where is Reckoner? He's in the board.
He's on the board
of Naya Humans.
It's kind of like boarding in Farseek.
That does seem a little weird. I don't
know. Like, Reckoner seems like the bread and butter of these decks, but I mean, he's not a human, so he doesn't get pumped by Mayor nor Champion.
That's probably the deal with this particular deck.
Right, but I see this not just in this deck, but even in the Blitz decks, it's in the sideboard. I don't know why.
All right, so we're underway. Turn 1 Avacyn's Pilgrim for last week. Turn 1 Avacyn's Pilgrim for Adam. And turn 2 Farseek for John.
Of course, John's favorite play on turn 2 is Farseek. His spells are better than Adam's. He's just got to get to the point where he can cast those spells. So you're going to see Farseek here. Adam doesn't have the champion on turn 1, and the percentage of games I've lost against champion turn 1 is much higher than vice versa, not having the champion turn 1. So champion turn 1 is really the staple of Adam's deck, and if you have that start, you can really pump through tons of damage, making the game unwinnable if you get through like 3 damage on turn 2, then 4 or 5 the next turn. It just gets out of control. But the Pilgrim's not bad. I mean, at least it gives you an opportunity to play multiple drops on turn 2, or at least accelerate a Reckoner that he might have boarded in, maybe. We'll see what he plays here.
There's no feedback yet from Twitter on that Reckoner question, although Chris Kwok mentions Bonds of Faith just doing a great job of building many roles from pacifism to a human pump for early aggro. He thinks it's very underplayed.
Okay.
So
maybe who said that?
This is Chris Kwok.
All right. So Chris, yeah, I agree. If the card is helpful in that scenario, I'd probably play in the main deck, wouldn't you? Maybe 1 in the main, because if it pumps and then deals with getting damage through, I think it deserves a slot in the main.
I think that's arguable.
Yeah.
We'll talk more about it maybe between games.
Right,
meanwhile, we've got some magic happening on the table.
We do.
Mayor of Averbrook has come down to join that Pilgrim, and now an Arbor Elf for John, followed by a Loxodon Smiter. It's matching Adam creature for creature.
And watching him play these, we just see the parallels from the green-white deck that exists before this deck came to be. So it's just the same strategy, play a bunch of guys at the Gavany Township, but hey, look at me, I'm going to draw 1,000 cards later in the game when I play the 6-drop.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's like, it really is just a green-white deck that can cast Prime Speed for Sagana.
Right. All right, so his no spell is played.
Yeah, Adam just passes the turn with
What is
no
that
spells.
card to the right there? It looks like a batter skull. That's not right.
Certainly not Batterskull. At least
No,
I
I think
hope
it's a pithing needle.
So yeah, Mayor flips, and
What is the pithing needle for in this matchup? I don't see what he can pithing needle.
I'm trying to see.
That is, I think that's a pithing needle. He has one on the board. So
I think it is too.
what could he pithing needle?
I mean, is he just trying to keep the first strike off of Reckoner?
Yeah,
maybe the
Wolf Run is the only thing in pithing needle.
Wolf Run.
The problem is Wolf Run's in Adam's deck with his 22 lands is not exactly threatening.
He could needle. I imagine he can needle Medic's ability, right?
Yeah.
But I mean,
He doesn't have
any X
no X spells. He can needle Garrick Relentless, but then it's not really he doesn't really need to. Well, that's interesting. We'll see what it does here. I like it when people board in Rest in Peace and Needle and all these things to deal with a one-of card, because if you play the Needle and they never draw that card, it's basically like you
mulligan, yeah, and cast a spell. So Cavern named Wizard, and we have a Farseek from John, second one of the game. Interesting. That card was a lot in this top 8.
That's true.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Farseeks. What's the mana cost on that?
I think it's 2 mana. It's green. A green and 1.
Green and 1, okay.
Is that right, Jesse?
Yeah.
All right, good. Okay, we checked. We confirmed.
Yeah, that's
The
good.
mana cost on Farseek.
All right, that's good.
Apparently there's an F&M Farseek, but I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah, I saw a player earlier, Farseek, and get a force, and I had to walk over there and tell him,
You can't
do that.
You can't get a basic.
that's
forest.
the only thing you
It
can
is,
do, friend.
Of all things.
So cut it out.
Yeah,
What do you want
quit
from this
that.
card?
Yeah, it's already a time walk. And
All
a
right.
detention sphere from John to take out the flipped mayor.
Here's a Resto Angel. And now here's the problem. It was clear as day Adam had a Resto Angel. And I bet when you look at this, Joey, you could have seen 3-land Pilgrim go. Means, on a non-mulligan, means you have a Restoration Angel in your hand. And that's, again, the problem with Detention Sphere and Oblivion Ring in these matchups is it doesn't do anything. A lot of times you're just going to play a 3-drop and then bang.
Well, we're going to find out what he brought in that needle for, because it's on the table, and presumably he named
He's going to name
something.
Wolf Run, I think, or Garrick Relentless. There's no other targets. I don't think either is going to help him here. And John, look, John's down to no cards in hand. So Adam is really in the driver's seat.
Name's Kessig Wolf Run. So
Okay.
there you go.
So basically, he named a card that doesn't exist on the battlefield, and that's going to be, that card could have been something a little more useful here.
Restoration Angel, fresh off saving that mayor, swinging in for 3.
And Mayor reflipped due to the 2 spells cast, and now it's going to flip back.
Well, it blinked. From the Restoration
Oh,
Angel.
yeah. What if
Yeah.
Either way, yeah.
I think it still would have flipped, you're
It would
right.
have flipped, yeah. But would have been quite dead, unable to flip.
But yeah, Adam just plays land and passes, flipping his mayor.
And
Yet
John
again.
is down to 0 cards. I bet you I know what card he wants to draw here. It's probably near the title of his deck.
Yeah, Bant Charm?
No, not Band Charm. Band Charm is sweet. Alright, well, he says go. And here comes another Restoration Angel. And Adam is really putting the pressure on John. If John doesn't draw a Prime Speaker here, I don't think he can catch up on the card advantage that he's lost from Pithy Needle to being a complete blank, and Detention Sphere being countered by
Again, blank,
Restoration
pretty much,
Angel,
yeah,
another
just
blank.
Blank.
You can't blink in the aggro matchup. It's a resource battle. In Control, you can waste all your cards all day, because
You have a lot of catch up.
right.
Yeah, so
And here,
Huntmaster of the Fells is going to come down and bring another card with it.
and Adam realizes that there's no Supreme Verdicts. So when you are an aggro player and you know there's no Supreme Verdicts,
Yeah, just,
can
like,
you be
off
Can you
the
be a
leash,
happier
yeah.
person? No, you're stoked. You're off the leash.
Pin your ears back, like they say.
Right.
And just go right at it.
Yeah, and he's going to get a wolf in a turn here. Even though John's creatures are getting bigger, he really can't compete with the forces that Adam's going to keep laying out here. He needs to draw a Thragtusk or a prime speaker here to get back in this game.
There's quite a lot of motion going on. I wonder what Adam's talking about.
Adam is, he's got to be feeling good. He's got to be feeling good about where he is.
Yeah, Gavany Township activated there from John, and
I was very surprised when
the...
people stopped playing Mayor of Averbrook, because for 2 mana, he does a lot of stuff.
He really does. It's one of those cards. It never really got started playing it. Like you said, people stopped playing it.
Well, no, it came out. I remember it came out right at the beginning because it was the Humans deck. Remember the Humans deck?
Right. Like, but it just seemed like it disappeared very quickly.
Right,
That's what I mean. It felt like it never really got started. Like it showed up very briefly and then disappeared.
Agree. Yeah, I agree.
But
either he drew Resto Angel. It kind of looks like he has Karn Liberator in his hand. That can't be right. Am I just seeing Planeswalkers now? Am I
just seeing things? Yeah.
All right, that's a Resto Angel. Main phase Resto Angel to stop Huntmaster from flipping. I think in this scenario, I would have still flashed it in, and here's why. Huntmaster's going to flip regardless. It doesn't really do anything to John because he can't really kill any of his creatures. He can be able to snap it in and block if Adam just tries to go for the win here. Because Adam would attack with everything. Let's see if he would have survived this attack. He would have been at 7 from Huntmaster. He could have blocked 1, 2, 3 things. He would have taken... He could have survived that attack and killed a bunch of creatures. You really have to count it up. So John, if you were to hold that Resto Angel, Huntmaster would flip. John would be at 7. Attack with team.
Well, Arbor Elf would probably be dead.
Right.
Unless he wanted to activate Gavany Township
you're right,
in response.
Yeah, he couldn't have done that, so he lost Arbor Elf. Yeah, I guess it wouldn't have been enough to... he's just in bad shape regardless. And here comes everything.
Yeah, so Thalia comes down, and then Angel, Wolf.
I don't know why he's tagging with the Wolves, because they are 3/3s and will get blocked by a 5/5. I guess he has to have a Charm in his hand. I think if Adam has Boros Charm, John's dead. That's 6/10 damage.
Yeah, we haven't gotten a good look at Adam's hand.
He's going to double strike. No, actually, it's not lethal. If he attacked with everything, it would have been lethal. I'm not sure why he attacks with the Wolves here. He basically traded a Wolf for an Arbor Elf. Did he? I thought the Wolf's a 3/3. And Arbor Elf is a 2/2.
Yeah, I thought so as well.
No, that Wolf is not dead.
Yeah, I don't think
all
that
Wolves
are
3/3s.
Yeah.
So before he casts a spell, we should probably... No, it's too late now.
I know we just... There we go. Oh wait, that's the end of turn Wolf.
Turn Wolf.
But that Wolf should not be dead.
No. I don't think it's going to matter. Like we've said, John is so far behind this. He needed a Prime Speaker 3 turns ago.
Yeah.
At this point now, he's just treading water, trying not to drown from creature disadvantage. And this is a similar feeling from aggro players in Control. This is the aggro mirror feeling when you see the board being cluttered and you're just not playing a role in that.
Yeah,
it's very frustrating.
The judge, you can see, is explaining the situation. You should have an extra wolf because
right.
It was a 3/3, right? It was an attacking 3/3 wolf, and it got blocked by an Arbor Elf, right. And Arbor Elf died. Wolf sticks around.
Yep. Adam's got to be careful with his own cards here. He's got to make sure he understands to have a cleaner combat. I'm glad they changed the rules where they keep these things in play. You don't want the rules from mandatory things that should happen to not happen that cause game losses.
Right. Well, that wasn't even a mistrigger. It was just like, hey, it's a 3/3. It just doesn't die.
Yeah.
It was just an incorrect...
I know that sometimes in Magic they would make you keep it in the graveyard. Once it's in the graveyard and your past turn, it's too late.
I'm absolutely glad they changed that.
Yeah.
All right, so his
7 mana
Serenity.
Serenity.
Didn't see
Adam
that one coming.
not attacking with everything. If he would attack with everything, this game probably would have been over. But that Angel Serenity, I didn't see that coming. I guess that's in... He has 1 in the deck here?
3, actually.
3 in the
we
deck.
haven't seen him play that.
I guess you haven't seen him, yeah. Awesome. It's a cool card to draw there. This could, I don't know if it's going to...
Wouldn't it be just sick if Adam goes, Boros Charm you?
I think...
The ultimate slow roll.
I think John might flip the table. I think we might have a
okay,
brawl.
no Boros Charm. Adam's hand.
Right.
I just got to look at it. It was definitely... Oh, you're right. No Boros Charm.
Well, you can
Thalia's
untap
there.
and do it.
Thalia's there.
Untap and do it.
Okay. Well, it would have been real thick if Thalia wasn't there and he could have just Boros Charmed.
No. It's better if he tries to Boros Charm with 2 open again, like the last match. If he does that, and then John knows he's dead.
Right. Just shows him the Boros Charm.
Yeah.
All right. So no Boros Charm. Looks like Angel of Serenity is going to clean things up quite a bit for John. Let's see if John can get back into this game and into this match.
Right.
After that, pretty.
Adam
big
gave him a
play
whole
there.
turn. If Adam would attack with everything, John would be dead. So the careful attack is going to sting here. If Adam loses this, he's going to have to think back to that attack.
Well, he's gonna have to win game 3 if he loses this.
Yeah.
Or John's gonna have to win this one first. So.
Well, I think he's going to send everybody in to give himself a Searing Spear out. He's going to be able to block 3 things here, and he takes 3, goes to 1.
Yeah, see, like it looks like John has a ton of guys to block, but really he's only got 3 creatures
He
that
only
can
has
block.
3 creatures, yeah.
The
And he has
Pithing
none in
Needle is
hand,
not
too.
Pithing Needle can't block. It says it right on the card.
Right. I think I see John boarding out Pithing Needle after this. After it takes sometimes you have to see its ineffectiveness to really know when to take a card out or not. Even the Detention Sphere, maybe. All right, so he's not taking it, is he?
He's at 4.
That would be super dead. I think he blocked and just mentioned the block.
Yeah, he didn't actually line them up. But okay, so John goes to 1. What was?
What, are they shaking hands? He thought
No.
a burn spell was
Yeah,
coming.
that's what he thought.
Good game?
He thought too. Yeah, I did look
All
like a
right,
hand.
well,
look,
if
Adam's Pilgrim.
If John does not draw a
Was
creature,
saying
he's
that.
dead. He has 3 blockers for 4 attackers. So he's pointing at his deck.
Prime Speakers have gone off the top.
He needs anything to survive.
Prime Speaker would be quite.
Prime Speaker
would be a house.
Speaker would be house. But then Adam Liu, all day, we've seen him do the same thing. His opponent gets real excited, then he just draws a burn spell and kills him. So.
Yeah, the way Adam's games have been going, John would go Prime Speaker, draw a billion, Adam goes untap, draw a burn spell, kill you.
Right, and that is
Actually, the way Adam's games have been going, John draws a creature and says go, and
Right.
doesn't play it, and it's not a Restoration Angel.
draws a bonfire, looks at it for a minute,
Yeah.
and then says go. Oh man, attack here. So he has something.
He's got a Restoration Angel.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I assume so. Okay. Well, what is that? Is that Zealous Conscripts?
I didn't see.
I think that's Zealous Conscripts.
Oh my! May as well be a burn spell.
But and he's
doesn't-
saying that he can't. Something to note: he can't Resto Angel an Angel.
You're right. And
That's
so,
not gonna work.
That should be it.
That will be.
It's also an extra creature, so
Right.
now there's 5 dudes.
That's lethal. Yep.
That should be it.
Even if he blinks, he gets 3 blockers. He's at 1. He's quite dead. So Adam Liu didn't let us down. He did the same thing he does. He draws the top card and kills his opponent.
John just asked him, "Did you want to concede?" I think. You sure you want to do this? Are you sure?
All right, John's making him go through the motions.
All right, there it is. Yeah, I want to know what the card was.
That was Resto Angel. Yeah.
Hey, well, that's what I figured. It had to have been Restoration Angel, but
Right.
wow, just no. That was rough.